from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm David Zioka. Of course, I live in Kansas City. And I know we talked about this meeting sometimes last week when we were deliberating on the things that are happening. And so we have had someone that has been spearheading this kind of a chairman here. And this is none other than Anthony Kisivo. And so I'll pray that Anthony, if you are ready, you will take a few minutes to wrap up. Tell us exactly what we have been doing. And then we said that today we will be engaging one of the embassy people, Moses, I believe. And again, Soyet will bring in, Geoffrey will bring in. And then after that, we will go ahead and have maybe some questions. So Tony, if you are available, if you are ready, please come on in. And thank you for your good and great leadership in Kansas City, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Pastor Nzioka. Karibuni. Thank you everyone for making time to be here. The purpose of this meeting is just to give you information as far as what you need to do to be ready, to be prepared, because we know that for sure that the numbers might be high, and the more prepared you are, the better service you will be able to get, and the more the embassy people will be able to go through and serve more people in the community. So our goal is to make sure that everybody knows for whatever service that you might be looking to get, what the requirements are. Make sure that you go online, start whatever application that you have to do, and by the time you get to the venue, you want to make sure that you are as prepared as possible. So I'm not going to take more time. I will let the embassy staff that is here, take on and give us a good guideline on what are the requirements for what kind of service, just to make sure that you are all prepared. Also, if you have questions, this will be a good place to ask them. So please, you can put that on the chat, and we will monitor that and make sure that the questions are answered, as well as raise your hand, and you will get your opportunity to ask questions. We will try to make it short, but very informative and useful. Make sure that we're sharing useful information to all of you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kisivo. Thank you so much also for the great work that you're doing. I can only imagine how much calls and the messages that you're getting. If I can complain of what I've been getting in St. Louis, I can only imagine how many you're handling on your end. But we appreciate you for the great services that you're doing with Reverend Zioka over there in Kansas. And I like it. You said there are so many questions that people may have. And what I would say, maybe as we get the immigration officer joining us tonight, Mr. Moses, is to say there's some information that has been relayed on the text message on the website. Please take time to read those information, because I don't think he will be able to answer all questions that you may have regarding the application. But a lot of information I've seen Dr. Churi has shared, we have also shared with our network. Please take your time and read those information, put your documents together, and then maybe that would save you time and also save the time of the officers who will be attending you, and also maybe giving more people opportunity for more people to be served. I mean, I can't emphasize any better more than that, but please take time to read and do your homework before you head down to the station. For now, let me see if I can see if Moses, are you there?
I think he is.
Okay. All right, then I will hand over the mic to you.
Yes, hello people.
Yeah, I know he's driving. I just talked to him when he was actually coming out of serving some clients. So if you need time, you need some more time, let us know. I know you are busy.
Yeah. No, yeah. Let me just. I'll be listening for some time, and then I will speak. I'll speak in a few minutes.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll give you a few minutes.
Just go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I think for the sake of those who are new and as we wait for him to get ready, what I can say is that I'm just gonna share some little information that I know from the people that I've tried to work with here in St. Louis, and I might be able to give you some little heads up. Let me see if I can find that is share the screen. I mean, to start with, I would recommend you go to the for those who are applying for the embassy, I mean the passport, just go to the embassy website. There is a link here that says e-citizen. The reason why I recommend that, because sometimes when you go Google and you search, it may take you to some funny website, and I've had people do that, and then they fill out information, then it's different. Just go to the website, the Kenya Embassy right here, and go to the e-citizen. You will go and start with this, the e-citizens, because there are two options. I mean, they're different. You can either do business or e-visa, but I always say recommend start with the e-citizen. And if you have an account, you log in. If you don't have an account, the first part is to create an account. You will start with this for the e-citizen because you are a Kenyan citizen. And then what you would do, you will start with your ID and then put your name there. If you put that, then you validate first to make sure that the system recognizes that ID and your name, first name, not the full name. Your Kenya ID and the first name, when you validate, it will populate to show that they recognize that they have your ID and their name matching the system. And then what you would go ahead and do the email and then create the password. Then you'll be able to continue. One thing I will say, if you have done the e-visa before and you have used an email, if you put the ID and the email, most likely it'll tell you this email has been used. When you're creating, it will tell you this has been used. One of the common problems that I'm experiencing with people is that for those who traveled in Kenya, they applied for e-visa and they use the email applying for e-visa. It tells you that it has been used. So you can't use that email. The easiest way to get around it, register with a different email. Because when you use the email that you use for your e-visa, it most likely will definitely take you to e-visa website, and that's not where you want to go. It needs to take you to where you're able to apply the website. But I'm sure Moses and the immigration team will be able to share more about that. But I've seen that as a common mistake. I've experienced, challenges people are getting. Just use a different email, and then it will allow you now to create a new account and go ahead and do the process. The other part on the payment is when you get to the part of the payment, I would recommend using M-Pesa because if you use a credit card, it will most likely it flags the payment and it doesn't go through. So it's like invalid or something. So I recommend if you have somebody who has M-Pesa in Kenya, that section you just put the number of M-Pesa, and then it would say click pay. The message will be sent to somebody who has that M-Pesa for them to confirm, and immediately they confirm, the payment will process and you'll be able to show that it has been paid. So if you have a brother or a sister or somebody, let them know beforehand that you're gonna be using the M-Pesa. And if some of them, you can even send some money. This I think is almost like It's like $35 or something. Send them money in M-Pesa so that their account has money. And when you click that, you put their number there and it accepts the payment, they will send a text to them and then they can validate the payment. And that is the easiest process that I've seen work. But otherwise, people are using their credit card, but if it doesn't go through, you have to call the bank and the bank will be able to approve it. That's a long process. The M-Pesa is your biggest magic process to go that. Moses, are you ready? Still
not yet.
Not yet. What was the other thing that I had mentioned? The documents that you need to, when you finish the process of the payment, please print that document. There is a place you go down, print it, and go with it. If you, I think for the ID, that is they need where they need the money, the cashier's checks or money order. Get all the documents that have been listed on the form. What I've done is the way that I can show you probably, and I'm waiting for Moses. When you're ready, let me know.
Can we probably do some in-house, whatever, as we wait for him? I know we have a few people here from Kansas City, and I see he's connecting now. That's okay. I wanted to talk about probably, we have a meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m. and we really want to invite as many people, as many volunteers, those that are in Kansas City as possible. And I know Anthony is going to talk about that, or Dan or Diembo, before Moses gets ready.
Great. So I wanted to share this. So this link has been shared from the one we were inviting you for this meeting. So when you click that link, it will give you this link as a document on Google Drive. If you have a website, a Gmail, and it gives you passport requirements. So you will be able to see all that, what you need. Carry as much as you can. There are those who have lost passports. There are documents that you need to carry. Carry as much as you can. You'd rather carry enough documents that they will not use than leave them that they would require when you go there. And then these are requirements for your ID. Click that, read all these, what you need, make as many copies as possible. You'd rather come back with them than just go and stay without anything. And then down here, it says money order or cashier's check, $50. It is payable to the Embassy of the Republic of Kenya. And then when you come, sorry, I think that's not what I was looking for, but I will just share this. This is a text that was sent to Dr.
Yeah. This is a text that was sent to Dr.
Okay, I think, okay. So this is a text that was shared. It has all the information from past experiences of those who have been in the other groups where they were filling up the application. So if we're able to put a few of those information, it's also on that folder. So if you go there, you will be able to see how you can be able to access that. And then let me see. Oops. I got the other document. It is for, okay, that was for Kenya Embassy. Then I'll go back.
And Jeffrey, real quick.
Yes.
I was gonna suggest that when Moses is ready,
Yes.
people can put questions on the chat, and then you can probably, when it's time to answer some of those questions, go through some of the questions, read them, and have him answer some of those. I think that will save us time
Yes.
as we go through.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. I think the last item was actually the affidavit of support. So that is this one. If you have lost your passport, I think there is one for the passport and one for the ID. You need to fill up that, have it notarized, and then if you have police abstract, go with it. I've been telling people in the office when they come, get as many documents as you can. If you go in there, I would rather not use them than just go there and you don't have them. But that folder is available with all the information, and I'm sure whatever other information we find that it would be helpful, we'll put it in there, and the link is shareable, so anybody can access it. So Moses, I agree. I think if you're ready, I will let you in because we are trying to be sensitive on time.
Okay. I think let me because I've been invited for a sumptuous dinner in in our host's house here in Des Moines.
Yeah.
And I'll excuse myself from the dinner table for 5 minutes only. Answer those questions and come back to continue with the dinner. So
Just tell them they spare the dinner.
So I've excused myself. So let the questions come thick and fast.
Yeah, and I think on the chat, like people say that you can post your questions there, people can answer. And I think if there is a question there, is there an appointment system or is it a first come, first serve?
Yeah, to start with that, first of all, there was an appointment system under JotForm, if all of you can remember. But this JotForm was not available for everyone, so we don't want to be unfair to people, especially those. Huh? What's loud now? Is it loud? No, that's okay. Since I'm on this, yeah. So, yeah, so JotForm was not available for people online, not for everybody. So we don't want to be unfair to those who attempted and failed. So we are going to prioritize those who succeeded to register on JotForm, but also let's give serve even those who failed to register. So all we are saying is that you come, come, and we will try as much as we can to serve all of you. And for those who are not registered on JotForm, it will be first come, first serve. I hope that answers that.
Good. So that's good. I think there is a question here considering time difference. Okay, at the time different on M-Pesa, I think it doesn't matter for the time different on M-Pesa. You can do any time when
on M-Pesa again, borrowing from the experience of Seattle, where a few people who had M-Pesa numbers working were willing and able to help our fellow citizens who could not get a contact to pay for them in Kenya. So let us use this those contacts. Anybody who has a working M-Pesa number. I myself, I have one, and if anybody is stuck completely, I'll be able to assist.
That's a good idea, and that's something that I can also suggest from the Kansas team. If you have a number that you can have there that is standby, that people can use, because sometimes if you have somebody who is giving the number and he leaves with his number, that means you're stuck again. But if you have now a form that you have there, a number that can be standby for people using it, I think that would be a good idea. Thank you, Moses, for that.
Okay, for those with old generation passports but still valid and would want to travel back to Kenya, what option do they have? Are we required to apply for a visa or traveling documents? Now, the old generation, I believe, he means the navy blue passports. that we are facing out, if these passports are still valid and you only want to get home, you can still use this passport. Remember, a Kenyan can get home even without any travel document, as long as you prove that you are a Kenyan. Okay, and that's why we have emergency certificates also. But if this passport is still valid, you can still use it to go to Kenya, but you may not use it to come back. So do not go use it to go back. Now when ukwame huko, you're going to get stuck there. You must have a plan. If you use it to go, then you must have a plan of getting a new one to use it to come back.
Good, good. I lost my original ID, but I have a copy. Can I renew my passport first before I replace my ID?
That's correct. You can do both at the same time, because we can allow you to use your copy to accept your application for passport, but also take the advantage also to apply for a replacement at the same time. Thank you.
Good, good. Is a Kenyan ID required to renew the passport? I think that's the repetition.
Yes, a Kenyan ID is required, but in this case, a Kenyan ID is required to renew passport. That's obvious, and we insist on original. But we are also alive to the situations that are unique and special in their own way. Because if somebody, I know some of us have left their original IDs in Kenya, so that's we cannot ask them to get them from Kenya. But if you have copies, we also have our own ways of verifying those IDs, whether they are genuine, those copies, whether they're genuine or not. So yes, you can use a copy.
Good. For the 18 years and older that would want to their national ID, will this be processed at the time of this time?
Yes, IDs will be processed. We have an ID team and a passport team. So if you are 18 and over and you've never had a Kenyan ID, this is your time. This is your opportunity to apply for ID.
Okay, that is good. Two things, passport and ID, and I think there are requirements forms on that folder has a requirement for both. Just check what you need to carry. I have a form to be notarized. Do we have a Kenyan lawyer to do that? And an American lawyer will not do that because it's a Kenyan form.
Yeah. So if the reference is being made to a citizenship declaration form, because that's I think the form that needs notarization. I mean, I believe there are many notaries who would not mind notarizing this form. We have been receiving this form notarized for as long as I can remember, and I've not had any issues with that.
That's good.
Part of that, for notary, you don't need a lawyer for that. We have put together a resource with the places that are close by where you can go for notary if you're going to get to the venue without getting your documents. So we can guide you and let you know where to go for services.
That's a good idea. And sometimes there are people who do that for a fee. They charge like $10. If you have some of those who are notarized, they can come at the venue and they can charge them $10. Okay, then documents needed for children new passport application. I think that is what you had on the requirements form folder, right, Moses?
Yes. What's that? I'm just trying to get that. Read the question again.
What are the documents needed for children to renew their passport?
What are the documents needed for children?
Yeah.
I'm trying to scroll to read that question. Where
the documents needed for children to renew passport application.
Okay. I think those are available there on the on those, or many of those documents that we've circulated. But for children's new passport, a original birth certificate is a must. Original birth certificate is a must. And then parents' documents. Okay. So all the other forms and e-citizen receipts, those ones, of course, goes without saying, because the parent will apply for the child in their account, e-citizen account. And then original birth certificate of the child must be produced, and passport and ID of the parents, and birth certificate, if available, copies. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody said the bank will not notarize it either because the form for Kenya, I think we have answered that you can call the team in Kansas and you can be directed to any notary that is available. The other one is, when I register my e-citizen account, it shows my old name, but I have changed names. How will that work or affect my application?
Yeah, so e-citizen picks the name that was registered, that is in the original ID. Yeah? That's what it picks, because if e-citizen gets their data from the NRB, or National Registration Bureau, for where it gets the registry of IDs. So the name might read the original name, but for us, we'll be looking at the last passport. Well, how did it read the last passport? Okay, the one that you're replacing. That is what we go by. However, if you need to change the name now, you need to add name due to marriage, or you change the name through the legal means, then we need to show, you need to show us that deed poll done in Kenya and registered in Kenya.
Okay. Do both parents need to be present for children's birth certificate application?
Birth certificate application. Now, we said that children can get can get Kenyan passports with American birth certificates. Okay. Having said that, if you need to apply for the Kenyan birth certificate of Kenyans born abroad, you don't even need to come to the venue, because we said you can apply for these documents and mail them to the embassy. Okay. So you don't even need to come for birth certificate. But if you are coming for other services and you think you have the documents ready, you want to drop to us, well and good, we'll accept that.
And I like that some of these services it helps to ease the line. So if you can get them mailed, even for those who are dual citizenship forms, those ones you can mail them. You don't have to go make a line. What do you require to obtain the new Kenya ID if you have the old one?
What do you require to obtain the new Kenyan ID if you have the
I think
now
this
that issue
applies to the people who have the old IDs.
That issue of old ID is very contentious, because there are those who consider the laminated, small but laminated ID as old. But for us, the old ID is the colonial one, the big one that couldn't fit in a wallet and was sometimes handwritten. That's the old one. Okay. So what do you require to obtain the new Kenyan ID? Well, again, requirements are there. I don't wish to take time to go through them here. So kindly just read.
Will a copy of the old generation ID accepted? I think that part of the old ID and thing we need to make it clear that laminated ID is still not the old, considered the old, the one that is, as long as it's a small one, probably the one that is looks like a plastic. That is what people think it is. There's no difference.
Yeah, it's a misconception, because the laminated ID, the small laminated ID is still valid, and it's the second generation ID, just as the plastic one. So it's people should not bother, you know, if there's no need to replace it, then there's no need of applying to replace.
Yeah, unless it's torn and looking bad, I think you can try.
Exactly. Unless it's just has been mishandled and doesn't look good, you want to replace, fine.
Yeah,
and it's a choice. It's a choice anyway. If you pay, remember you pay $50. If you want to get the new one, we can't stop you. We leave it you for the applicant to decide. Yeah.
Okay. And with the old generation ID accepted, I think you have answered that. Can a pastor here in St. Louis notarize the form?
I don't know if it's they're allowed, but for us, I know that if banks notarize, UPS notarizes. If they are allowed by the laws of the state, why not?
Yeah, I think unless
I don't think it's possible. We have charged, people have charged stamps and all that. That's different from notarization. So please let's be clear on that.
Yes. And then what is the timeline to get IDs and new passports once applied this period? So how long will it take them to get their passports and ID come to be mailed to the address?
We are thinking of about around 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, good. How do you create an e-citizen account if you don't have a national ID?
Now, if you are 18 years and you don't have a national ID, that means you can't access e-citizen. So you can't have an account until you first of all apply and get ID.
So I think the question would be, how would the person here start that process of applying the ID? And I'm thinking for somebody who came in here and they were young, now they are 18. How would they be able to start that process of applying the ID?
Yeah, so as I said, the application for ID is the same for somebody who is 18 or for somebody who is 30 years but has not applied. So is to get the form, the application form from the website, our embassy website, and then have the original birth certificate, have the original passport, have the parent's passport, have the parent's ID, and birth certificate, if available. Birth certificate is the one I'm saying if available. All the others I've said are a must.
Good, and I think there is a form that has all that requirements. So I think Sabu has shared that link. People can go down and do some little homework. Okay. Yeah. Can one parent bring the kids to obtain a passport, or do both parents have to be there?
No, one parent. If one parent is enough, as long as that one parent is a Kenyan. Okay. So just one parent can do that. Yeah.
Okay. My original US passport that expired was written to show that I am a dual citizen after being sworn in at immigration office in Nairobi. I have had a new US passport for the last years. For the last 2 years. 2 years. Do I have to swear the oath again to bring the US passport expired with the new one too?
Yeah, I guess this passport was endorsed in Nairobi in your house because he has gone through the required procedures of regularizing citizenship. Okay. So if he has gotten the new passport, then that can only be done again in Nairobi.
Sorry,
Okay, so
this is Liz. I asked a question. I have my Kenyan passport, which was renewed, but the US passport, the new US passport does not have the odd. But my current passport is the old one. And because I'm trying to get the e-citizen passport.
I think you're. I think I don't know. I don't know if I understand you well, but when you're saying the oath, do you mean the endorsement that the holder of this passport is also a citizen of Kenya? Did you have that?
Yes, I have that in my old US passport.
That's correct.
But I'm trying to apply for the new e-citizen passport.
Oh, for Kenya.
Yeah,
Yes,
for Kenya.
So you are in
Kenyan passport is still current.
You are in order. You are in order. Go ahead and apply. Nothing stops you because you. I mean, you are one of the best people that I've met, recently, because you have gone through all the citizenship regularization process up to the end, up to the last one, which is endorsement. So
yeah,
kudos.
so I'm just trying to apply for the e-citizen to get the e-citizen passport. My current Kenyan passport is current, but I need to have the e-passport. So I don't, but the question was, can I bring the old US passport, which shows that I saw a not to be a dual citizen? That was
you can copy that page. You can copy that page and attach it to your application.
Okay.
Sure.
Good.
Thank you.
And I think maybe when you're talking referring e-citizen passport, that is a new passport, probably for the sake of those who may ask you what is an e-citizen. E-citizen, it is a new passport.
Because I have
the e-passport, yes. Okay. So then the other question is, what document do you need to apply for Kenyan birth certificate for kids? I think that we have the folder. Did you want to say anything about that?
Oh, okay. For this, I think you need, of course, there's a form to be filled, which can be found on our website. But on top of that, in addition to that, you need the American birth certificate. You need the American passport if it is there, okay, if it's available. Then you need the parents documents. With the parents documents, they have to be the passport which was valid when at the time of the birth of the child. So ndio tunawaambianga msitupe hizo passports, they are still helpful. The old passports, keep them. You might be asked to produce them because even though they need you will still provide the current passport, but they also need the passport that was valid at the time of the birth of the child, and of course the ID and the birth certificate, of the parents.
Okay. That is, I hope I didn't skip, just upload. Okay, what documents you need to apply for Kenya? Okay, what services require physical presence?
Passport application and ID application.
Okay, good. And then there is, how do we upload the ID and the passport pages required? How do you apply the ID and passport pages that are required?
How do you upload? Well, I know the challenges of upload because we provide up to 195 kbs of image in JPEG. So I normally just advise to look for the best application. You can search, but as for me, I normally just use the snipping tool or the sniping tool or on Windows. When you cut it with using the sniping tool, it automatically reduces. But of course, there are others. There's reduce size. There are many applications you can use. Yeah.
I think for that one, I would also say if you right click on the picture that you have on your phone, just open with, you can open with what is called paint. And when you click the paint, it will take you to where you can resize it. And most of the computers or laptop have that paint. If you click that open with, you find either Microsoft Picture Manager or Paint, you can resize with that. Okay, good. Okay, and then just a disclaimer, QR code is not working, and some of us have not received the confirmation email. How are we tackling this issue? Is that what QR code?
Now, I believe this is the jot form for appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think if you are still having challenges with it at this time, just forget about it and come to the event.
And show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have my original ID numbers, but do not have the actual ID or a copy, what will I need to get a new ID?
Okay. On this, we can be able to help on site by pulling out the ID details, okay, from our systems.
Okay.
And then you can print it and use it. So that is on site.
Any additional information they need to verify their owner?
The what?
Do they need to bring any additional information to support that?
Just the ID number, because I believe if somebody who wants to apply for ID, you need a copy of your ID so that you apply for replacement. If you're applying for passport, you also need a copy of ID. But if it is not there, but you know the number, you can still access eCitizen, and we can retrieve your details so that you use the details to to help you apply for either ID or passport. Yeah.
In case somebody doesn't remember the ID and they lost it. Is there a way
you
that
can still come with your passport? We can start using the names and see if we can get it.
Sounds good. That's a good one. Please share the link to the Google document that has a list of requirements. I think we will, it's helpful if you have that link, you can share, but I will share at the end.
I put it on the chat earlier, but we'll share it again.
Awesome. What is required for name change of Kenya ID? Is my certificate of naturalization or the US name change good enough, or what else is needed?
For ID name change, if it is name change due to marriage, the husband must be present. If it's ID, okay, must be present to sign and to put the thumbprint on the form. Yeah.
Okay. If you have a dual citizenship, Kenya or US, is there anything changing to continue being dual citizen when applying new passports? Do you need any additional to apply? I think that was what, yeah.
Yeah, if you have a dual citizenship, is there, so you need to check again if you have done the correct forms. If you are a dual citizen, have you made a declaration? If you became a US citizen before 2010, have you done regaining? Okay, so you need to go back and check so that, by the way, if anyone got American citizenship before August 2010, 27th August 2010, that person, and he has not applied to regain it, he should not come to the venue because he will not get any service, whether it is ID or passport. But if it's after 2010, August 27th, that person already is a dual citizen. All they need to do is to make a declaration as required by law, to make a dual declaration of a dual citizen. And that's also available on our website.
And that is a form that we will add that form also on the folder, including that one for declaration for those who got the citizenship before 2010. As I think it's a form you fill out that they can be able to send it.
Yeah.
Can you use the same passport picture you used for the e-visa picture, or you need a new picture taken? I think you need to address the issue of picture also.
Now, pictures for ID. If you're coming for ID, you must have 3 pictures. Okay.
Three
pictures.
That
Okay.
was my question. Because I just came to Kenya just a while ago, and I wanted to know, do I need to get a different picture, or I can use the same picture that I used for the e-visa?
Okay.
Because you had to submit a passport picture size.
Yeah. So that is, yeah, sure. So the picture that you uploaded on e-visa, that is e-visa application. And remember,
yes, but I wanted
remember that these 2 applications, e-visa and e-passport, are not linked in any way. Okay. So you still have to upload a picture, but when you are applying, of course, it will ask you upload your picture. But when you are coming now to submit this application, you don't need picture. If you are merely replacing your passport, you don't need pictures. We will take you another picture if you are merely replacing. But if you are coming for ID, you will need pictures, physical passport size pictures. Yeah.
Okay. There is a question. Okay, you said a while ago that you don't need to come to apply for my child's ID, but in response to what services need a physical presence, you say passport and ID. I think that one is ID for child. You're getting the passport. I mean, anybody adult who is 18 and above will be considered coming to apply, but I don't know. Maybe you answer that question. Sounds like it's very clear. Yeah, people who have already have they are 18, then they are not under you as a child because they are coming to apply as an adult ID.
That's true.
Okay. Then for more information, thank you, Mr. Kisibu.
Thank you.
At Nema is the first come, first serve. Make sure you go very early. If you are traveling next month, is this a good time to apply for visa if you use American passport? You're using
yes. If you're traveling next month, remember that the visa is normally, if it is applied and issued, so from the date of issuance to the date when you use it to travel, it must be 90 days. Not more than 90 days. If it's more than 90 days by a day, it is expired and you need to apply for another one. So just make sure if you are traveling next month, of course, you're within that window. It is good for you to apply now. There's no problem.
Absolutely.
So I can now go back to have my dinner.
Unless there is somebody has a question, burning question, we also wrapping up on time. Yes.
That's okay. That's okay.
Ugali
imepoa lakini sawa tu utakula.
Waambie wasikumalizie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Moses. I'm going to hand over back to Dr. Reverend Zioka.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Moses. We're looking forward to having you here next week. And now you can retire for your dinner. Friends, we are waiting for you here. And at this point, again, I will hand this back to Kisibo, who will wrap up very quickly here and it's going to be 1 hour. In the next 1 minute, I believe we'll be ending the meeting. Kisiwa, please.
All right.
Maybe you can provide the address for your venue for those who are traveling from far.
Thank you. We will do that. Thank you all so much for making time to come to this informational meeting. We hope that you found the information that was shared useful. We kindly request you to follow the links that have been shared. We've shared a lot of links within the community just to make sure that we are giving you information, and be prepared. I can't emphasize that enough. Look at the services that are going to need biometrics, the things that Moses said that you will need to be there physically. If there are services that you need, and you can complete that online and be able to mail those documents without having to come on site, please do that. But for the things that you require to be there physically, make sure that you are following the procedure, you are looking at the required documents, and you are getting as ready as possible. We look forward to serving you all. We look forward to assisting the embassies of you all. We are just hosting here, and we are hoping that everybody will find this very, very useful, and we will be able to help a lot of people in a lot of ways when it comes to the embassy services, visas, and IDs. So thank you so much. We are having a meeting tomorrow for the volunteers. We are relying on people that are giving their time to volunteer, to be able to help the embassy staff. There are not a lot of them that are coming in. So we're going to need a lot of people from, the local Kansas City area to be able to volunteer, give your time, and help make this process as smooth as possible. So if you can volunteer, please reach out to me or reach out to Dan Othiambo, and or Pastor, Reverend Dr. Nzioka, and we will add you to the group. We're going to meet at the venue tomorrow at Nema Community Church. That way we can look at the layout and figure out how we're going to set up the place for the most efficient meeting and the most efficient operation when the embassy people get here. So asanteni sana, and we hope we're going to have a successful 3 days, and a lot of people will leave Kansas City happy.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and thank you all for the great work you're all doing. I think it's going to be a great event, and we hope that everyone will also be make it easy by bringing all the documents that they need. More important, also having some volunteers. We've done that event in the past, and I know how tiring it is, but you can make it easy if you can be able to volunteer a few of your hours, and also helping others who may be, especially the older people. A lot of older people need your help. If you have a mother or a sister, a grandma, please do your little effort to help them get all the documents, apply on the e-citizen, so that by the time they come into the venue, we've taken care of all those important areas. Other than that, thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much. We're going to finish again with a word of prayer, but before I pray, I'll say this: please don't panic. Don't panic. Tell your friends not to panic. This is, we are dealing with our own people here, and so don't panic. People will be there. We'll help you out if you can. And again, as a person, also do the right thing so that we can be of help to each other at this time. Blessings to all of you. Let us pray. Father in heaven, we thank you for you are faithful. Thank you for these dear ones over here, God. As we look ahead for this event, again, we know you are in control. May your will be done in everything. And again, thank you, and God and be with us. And this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen and amen. Thank you so much again, Geoffrey. Again, thank you for hosting this and for the knowledge that you have for this. I think you have been with these guys for a while now, and so we'll rely on you more. Thank you. That's
fine. We're inviting you guys for a couples forum on next Saturday. It's going to be Saturday the 15th at 6 p.m. We will be having some panel conversation about challenges of families facing in diaspora. And again, we'll share that on the chat. But maybe I can put our website, you can see where you can be able to get more of those forums. And would love to have you again. Thank you so much.
Thanks.